Okay, hello everyone. Well, take a look at this question. The question, what's a paragraph? I would like you to take some minutes to think of what a paragraph is for you. And maybe I would like you to jot down some ideas, right? To pause the video for a second and to think what a paragraph is. So once you have done this, once you have thought and maybe written a definition of a paragraph, let's take a look at what a paragraph is. Maybe you have probably said or thought that a paragraph is a group of sentences. So I would like you to read this text, and I would like you to think if this is an example of a paragraph. Once again, take some minutes, read carefully, and think if this is an example of a paragraph. Why or why not? If you're working with a partner, you can discuss these ideas. Okay, we all agree that a paragraph is a group of sentences. What we need to remember is that these sentences develop one main idea, and that is the topic of our paragraph. If we go back to the previous example, we can see that these are a group of sentences, but each sentence talks about a different aspect of what a bike means for a person. That is to say, the sentences do talk about bikes, but they convey many very different aspects of the topic. So we would say that this is not a good example of a paragraph, since it doesn't develop one topic. For a paragraph to be a good paragraph, it needs to have unity. That means that all the sentences in the paragraph relate to one and only one subject, and they develop a controlling idea. That means that each sentence is relevant to the topic. There are no irrelevant sentences. In some minutes, we'll go to the idea of controlling idea. Keep that idea in mind. A good paragraph also has coherence. What does coherence mean? This is a word we use all the time. We would say in very plain terms that coherence means that a text makes sense. Put it in more details, we would say that a text is coherent when the sentences are logically arranged. And this means that the order of the sentences varies depending on their purpose. In some slides, we will go back to the idea of purpose. Another aspect of coherence is that the sentences in a paragraph flow smoothly. This means that an idea leads into another. One sentence is connected into the other sentence, and that the ideas and sentences are easy to follow. In general, for sentences to flow smoothly, we combine them using transitional expressions. We are going to go back to this idea later on. If these fail, that means if a text doesn't have unity because it does not develop one topic, if a text has ideas which are not logically arranged, or ideas which do not flow smoothly, then the paragraph is incoherent. That means that it's badly organized, so it's difficult to understand. In this graphic, you can see the different kinds of sentences that we'll identify in a coherent paragraph with unity. You will find a sentence which is usually at the beginning, is usually the first sentence, which we will call the topic sentence. As you can see highlighted in yellow, the topic sentence starts with a capital letter. Then you have a group of sentences which we call supporting sentences, which, as its name indicates, support the topic. And finally, we have a concluding sentence, which will round off the main ideas in the paragraph. As regards punctuation, you will finish your paragraph with a full stop. Let's talk about the topic sentence. As we said before, it's the first sentence in a paragraph. The topic sentence introduces the subject of the paragraph, serves to state an idea or an attitude about the topic. That means an idea which we can call the controlling idea, which is clear and focused, is the attitude of the writer. The supporting sentences are the sentences which relate to and develop the controlling idea. All these sentences must support the opinion or attitude expressed in the topic sentence. How do topic sentences support your opinion or attitude? They back up, clarify, illustrate, explain, or prove a point. These are the different things we're going to do. How? Using facts and giving details. Don't worry, because we'll see plenty of examples of how to support a topic in a sentence, in a paragraph, sorry. Topic sentences, as we said before, are organized depending on our purpose and topic. Are you describing a person, a place, an object? Is your purpose to tell a story? Are you giving information or explaining something? Are you enumerating aspects of a topic? As you can see, there are different types of purposes. Therefore, there will be different kinds of paragraphs. In CUFPA, we will be talking about paragraphs which give information, explain, and give opinion. Then, it's also important to remember that within the paragraph, we will generally use expressions and words that link ideas together. We call them transition words. Finally, we have the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence summarizes the main idea in the paragraph. It helps to end the development of the support smoothly. It's a must to remember that you will never, ever include a new topic into the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence rounds off, restates what you have just said in the paragraph. As a piece of advice, I would advise you to rewrite the topic sentence with different words and recreate the ideas in the topic sentence into your concluding sentence, so you are sure you do not include a new idea. Well, let's start putting all these ideas into practice. You will find one document which is called Paragraph Practice 1, Identifying its Parts. I invite you to do all the activities suggested in that handout, where you will be identifying the different parts of a paragraph. So, I would like you to watch again this PowerPoint, take notes, and then with those ideas in mind with your notes, I would like you to go to Paragraph Practice 1 and do the activities. We will check all this in class. Now, after you have done Paragraph Practice 1, I invite you to go to Paragraph Practice 2, where you will find different tasks to revise and put into practice the concepts of topic sentence and concluding sentence. Take time, you don't have to do this in a rush. I strongly recommend you do this with a partner because it's much more effective. And finally, there is a third document called Paragraph Practice, Transition Words. Here you will find lists of transition words and different tasks to understand how it is that they link the ideas across a paragraph. For this particular practice, I strongly recommend you go to Language in Use Practice by Michael Vince. There are a number of units you can do, and I strongly recommend you work with a dictionary. It's impossible to learn all transition words. It's not possible. It's not easy to remember and learn them all. So I strongly recommend that you select one or two transition words for each logical relationship you can establish. That is to say, one or two transition words for addition, one or two transition words for contrast, one or two for enumerating, and so on. And that you concentrate on those transition words, that you understand the meaning, that you understand whether they are formal or informal, that you see how they are used, if they are followed by a noun, by a sentence, that you pay attention to punctuation, and above all, and most importantly, that you write down examples that you take from the dictionary. And this is something we will do together in class, so do not pay attention to this last part.